Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is my common sense. But I try to keep it down and in the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, that means there's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in external gods, okay, rather than a god within themselves. People who take exotic drugs like DMT and ecstasy. People who like to smoke, people like to drink, people who eat booty, okay, people who go down on a woman's Bloody Mary, okay. That's the majority of you. Get the hell out of here, okay. Anyway, okay. I'm eccentric in my own ways. And now there's a new terminology for a person who is an introvert who can have the capability of socializing but really are truly introvert. Okay, so if you're more on the introverted side, antisocial side, but you know how to socialize, then there's a new word for you. It's called the ultravert. Look it up, okay, all right? But I would usually say it's just the eccentric individual, okay, or indigo child, okay? But indigo children are really not that social, and I'm not social, but I know how to socialize. It's just I prefer not to. That's all. I'm not looking for friends, people. So I'm looking for associates. All right. But anyway, I'm not seeking none of that for just being around you. Okay. You can join my Patreon and send me Cash App money so you can have fatherly like advice, which is cool. But that's not what this video is about. You can read my description down below because I'm not like anybody else, like a hoe. Down below. All right. This video is about housing, okay? Because I like to talk about relationships a lot of times, but I like every once in a while I'll throw some things in my channel which is unique, and you have to pay attention. If you don't, who cares, okay? Housing. I do not recommend purchasing any homes for you and individuals who are wise. You have to take it overseas now. Now the housing bubble is possibly about to crash, okay? Because housing is very expensive. But I know there's programs out there for first-time buyers. I know that, but I refuse to purchase one. Because there's a lot of things that has to take it. There's a lot of overhead you have to deal with. Okay, owning a house means that you got your shit together. It's better to rent than to own, okay? Overall, that's a fact, okay? For an individual who's a part of the intellectual side of things, better to rent than own. You can move around freely, especially if you're not connected to your families, okay, and you don't have a big old family, bloodline, okay, and it's easier to move around, okay. I believe so. I believe so strongly, because there are programs out there to get a house, but what is the purpose of a house when it's empty? Okay, it's better to get an RV, see, or a trailer, okay, and travel somewhere where it's mostly warm. It's better to do that. It's better to invest in a $200,000 RV, because I've been encouraged a long time ago that if you got the money and you can invest in it, get one, okay? Travel around and try to get all your packages sent to a P.O. box or something, because it's far more convenient to send it to a mailbox and you could just pick it up, depending on the area you want to stay. I'd rather just prefer to stay somewhere where it's more warm rather than the winters are not too harsh and cold, okay? But other than that, that's all I really got to say about the housing, because I was watching some videos about people talking about these programs out there. And like I said before, what's the purpose of purchasing a house when you don't have family, okay? Like me, I have family overseas, so it's a little bit difficult. You can actually do proper real estate property overseas and make a couple $100, okay? And for people who are tourists and traveling to their countries and do Airbnbs and stuff, you can make money off of doing Airbnb business overseas. You can, okay? You know that, right? Okay, traveling overseas is far more easier and lucrative too as well. But since I don't no longer have my daughters, I can move around more freely now, okay? And whatever happened to my daughters, though? As my daughters made a decision, which was the courts used to their advantage to postpone my case, to find nothing on me, and gave custody to my ex-wife. So that's what happened. So now I already made the video already for you guys already, because it's really high disadvantage to men in the country as fathers, because they're not really talked about as much as women are on the internet. Okay. So when women have children, they'll most likely just cater to the female. Okay, it's just biased and also extortion. So we sure already know that CPS is not for the man. Okay, it's not likely. But if there are men out there, they're not speaking. I don't see them nowhere. Oh, I got my kids back by doing this. No, you're not going to see that. But I have seen women who have lost their kids. Yes. I've seen women who say they lost their kids and they were minorities. And as I said before, the word minority now is not just the color of your skin. It's how much money and financial proudness and power you have. If you have no money, you're a minority. All right? If you have no money, you are now a minority. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're white, black. Take race out of it. It's all about your income. Okay, it's all about your income, because if you have no money, you cannot purchase powerful attorneys. You have no pretty much defense. You have to find loopholes or give up or do a criminal act and get thrown in jail. You get 3 meals a day. Okay, but as I said before, the housing market is not cool for men. Okay, it's not. Don't purchase a big house, 3 bedrooms. Do not start getting into real estate. You'll have a lot of overhead. You be having all this money, right? But you're not using that money and utilizing it to travel overseas. You're staying in this country. You're living in a shack somewhere. Okay, it's okay. It's okay if you got that mental ability. You have that mental ability. That's good. Okay, and you make all that money. You should be trying to help other guys if you can. But trust me on this. It's better to take it outside the country, because eventually you'll want to get involved with some hood rat, okay, and fuck up your life. Stay away from women, guys. Stay away from women. I encourage that. But if you are that horny and you really want a family, okay, that bad, travel overseas. Get your passports, like I recommend. Do not, however, travel overseas just to get wet. Okay, don't do that. You need your dick chopped off, okay? Don't travel overseas just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Don't do that. That's a terrible representation. You're whoring around. You're just going out there releasing your anger and your sexual frustrations. This is not a wise thing. Okay, the whole purpose of intercourse is marriage, basically through the sexual intercourse part. Ceremonies can take place, but never through the state. Okay, never through the state, guys. Okay. So these messages are mainly for you guys. This video particularly is for you guys. You cannot procreate in America. You can't bring them back. You have to literally wait until they're 16 and up so you can bring them, your children back. But I highly doubt you should bring your wife back, or your whatever exes you think you can. No, don't get back with them. Don't get back with your exes. Don't bring your wives overseas. It's too much of a hassle. You heard what Trump did, right? For a woman who's trying to get their green card. Okay, he enacted it, I think in August. Okay, he silently did it though, because he knows that Ivanka Trump doesn't really love him. He knows that, and so men have to protect themselves. Okay, all right. That's all I really want to say, because I'm not your average man. I'm not your beta man. I'm just talking about my experiences, and I'm relating to you guys. All right, I don't treat women bad, and I don't talk bad about women. I'm just talking about your mental health is more important than anything else, right? Respect is crucial and vital, okay, for all your men's safeties, okay? You have to keep those mental blocks, all right? You can contact me still through the Cash App. If you send me $30, then I'll be your father, counselor, and guidance counselor or mentor, okay? Not a problem. $30 a month is not bad. Check it down below. And don't be a hoe, okay? All right? Peace.